This is how to make kale chips by the Liver Flush Man. To give it a cheesy nacho-y flavor, you're going to use Nutritional yeast, which is got a lot of vitamin B12 in it, and it's very nutritional. We're also going to use some sea veggies. In this case, this is sea lettuce. All right, you can use different kinds of seaweeds. I'm going to use a nut butter. You can use a nut butter of your choice. Pumpkin nut butter, hemp nut butter. This is organic sesame tahini from Sesame Street's tahini. So that's going to give it a nice, like some protein and some nice texture. And I'm going to throw in a little bit of red beet powder in there to give it some good iron and things. And then also some organic spirulina here. We're going to throw in some of that. We're going to put in some apple cider vinegar, which is really good for the liver as well. And this is the Bragg's with ginger, sesame seed, and extra virgin olive oil. This is a little mixture that already, like, just this in itself and Nutritional yeast it makes a little nacho-y flavor with a bit of saltiness with the Bragg's. Bragg is liquid amino acids from vegetables, so it's got the amino acids, which is really good. Alright, so this kind of kale here is purple kale, and a lot of people like to use just the green kale because it's not quite as hard, so it dehydrates a little bit nicer, but they all work fine. So what I'm going to do first, start off here, is you're going to wash the kale there and then just kind of rub it back and forth while it's under the sink. And what this is going to do is this is going to kind of knead it, and this is going to allow the mix of oils and spirulina and sea veggies and everything there to be able to absorb into this better. And so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just take your hands like this and just take off the stalks like this. Start at the bottom, down at the bottom, and go to the top like this, and just take off all the leaves like that. And if you get any really big pieces, like, you might want that's about the right size. You want pretty large pieces for the kale chips. So we're just going to get the rest of these. So there, now we have all the greens from the kale all off, and just one more time give it a little squeeze there. Alright, now you can see that's it's all broken up, so it's much more easier to get the sauce on later. So there, we prepared the kale. Now we're going to make the sauce. So I'm going to start off putting the Bragg olive oil and ginger in here. They get the apple cider vinegar as well. The organic spirulina. This is going to give it lots of vitamins, nutrients, antioxidants, and minerals. Beet, which has a lot of source of iron and other minerals and nutrients. And it gives it a bit of a sweet flavor, plus gives it a nice color. And then the tahini, big spoonful of tahini, or two if you like it tahini. I really like the sea veggies, so I'm going to put a generous amount of sea veggies in there. And what do we got? Finally, the Nutritional yeast there to give it the nacho flavor, that little bit of a cheese flavor, and giving you the vitamin B12 and some other B vitamins. Nice and cheesy this time here. And then, so there you go, we have all those ingredients in. We're going to mix it up. And as you can see, that is about the consistency you want, where it's not too chunky and not too hard, but it's not too liquidy either. And then what we're going to do here is we're just going to pour this onto the kale there, and then we'll mix it all up thoroughly with the kale. And then this is going to go into the dehydrator over here. But here we go, mixed up. And I mean, you can really even just get right in there with your hands and mix it up good. That helps get it on there and absorbs it in there, but you want to get a nice even amount across all the kale chips. And there you have it. Now that's just ready to go into the dehydrator there. And the dehydrator will take, it can take anywhere from, well, about 12 to 15 hours, even 20 or 24, depending on the setting of your dehydrator, or if you have an Excalibur or a Sedona, or what kind of one you have. Some of them you can set the temperatures, but it's said in raw foods that if you cook your food above 105 degrees, which some of those guys that do the dehydrating seem to go to 125, I'm not too sure if that is actually killing some of the enzymes and stuff in the ingredients, because you can use other things as well, like put some carrots in there or some real beets, or you know, there's a lot of different possibilities. This is just one of the ingredients here, so I'm just going to the tray ready here. We're going to put some on the trays, spread them out nice and evenly there so they're not all bunched up. And the texture, when you're done, the kale chips, you want them to be really crispy, you know, nice and dried, so that they won't go moldy if you store them for a while. But you want to store them in a plastic bag in the fridge, a Ziploc bag, an airtight bag. And yeah, these are well worth the wait. Well worth the wait to get them dehydrated. Much more healthier choice than regular potato chips and stuff that are trans fatty acids, which is not good for the liver at all. This is going to be a healthy snack for the liver, and it's easy to make, and it also gives a nice aroma in your apartment or in your house while it's dehydrating. You get the whole raw food kind of awesome smells. So there you have it. We'll show you the end results of the kale chips when they're done, and you can see the texture and stuff. That's we'll see in a bit there. That's the liver flesh man. And we're back at the kale here about 5 hours later, 4 or 5 hours later. And this the bottom one was really nice and done, all crispy there and good. But I mean, if I'm gonna eat them right away, a lot of times like this one here, you can see it bends and stuff, whereas the other ones, like the dry ones like this, will just crumble like that, and they'll just crumble off. But I kind of like these ones a little bit juicy like that as well, if I'm just gonna eat them right away as a quick little snack. But the dehydrator I have, the bottom one dries the fastest, and I switched them up, so that'd be a little bit faster. But yeah, depending on the heating of your dehydrator, it will depend on how fast they go. But yeah, really, even 2 or 3 hours would be enough to get a quick little snack, so it doesn't take long. So these are all nice and crispy and dry, and that's what you want if you're going to store them. But if you're going to eat them right away, I kind of like them a little bit tender and juicy. Anyway, that's the kale chips. They're really tasty. Alright, that's it.